All right, now let's take a look at some sports. Here's Ayotunde Balogun.
Thank you so much, Ijoma. Well, the Nigerian Football Federation, the NFF, has confirmed 6 pre-World Cup friendlies for the Super Eagles ahead of this year's FIFA World Cup in Russia. First up is Poland on March the 23rd in Warsaw, before facing Serbia 4 days later in London. Nigeria will also play the DR Congo on May the 28th, and then the glamour friendly against England on June the 2nd will come up at the Wembley Stadium. The Czech Republic on June the 6th, and the yet-to-be-announced country 3 days later, which will be Nigeria's final warm-up games before their World Cup opener against Croatia on June the 16th. Well, still on the Super Eagles, technical advisor Gernot Röhr has signed a 2-year contract extension. The offer had been on the table since the 64-year-old German helped Nigeria qualify for the 2018 World Cup in Russia. Röhr took charge of the Eagles in 2016 on an initial 2-year deal. Defending champions Plateau United and Niger Tornadoes are the only teams with perfect records after match day 2 in the Nigeria Professional Football League. Plateau United beat Rivers United 2-0 at the new Jos Stadium, while Tornadoes edged FC Fanyuba 2-1 in Minna. Elsewhere, Yobe Stars beat Wiki Tourists 2-0. Another promoted side, Go Round FC, recorded a 1-0 victory over ITO Cup champions Aqua United. Lobi Stars scored the upset of the day with a 2-1 win over Rangers International in Enugu. Eyimba vs Heartland ended goalless. Sunshine Stars beat Katsina United 2-1. Kano Pillars won against Nasarawa United 2-0, while El Kanemi and MFM recorded 1-0 wins over Abbey Warriors and Kwara United. In Merseyside, Everton have completed the signing of Theo Walcott from Arsenal on a 3.5-year contract for a fee believed to be in the region of £20 million. Walcott becomes Sam Allardyce's second signing of the January transfer window, following the arrival of Cenk Tosun from Besiktas of Turkey. The move brings to an end Walcott's 12-year stay at Arsenal, where he scored 108 goals in some 397 appearances. In tennis, world number 1 Rafa Nadal is happy to reach the Australian Open third round after beating Leonardo Maia in straight sets. Nadal, who is chasing the 17th major, overcame Maia's resilience to prevail 6-3, 6-4, 7-6 in 2 hours and 38 minutes, and afterwards said he had to hit some great shots to take the tiebreak in the third set. The Spaniard will face Damir Jumur for a place in round 4. And that's sports news. The news at 10 continues in a moment.
Thanks a lot, Ayotunde. Ethiopia's opposition leader, Merera Gudina, has been freed after more than a year in detention. He was released in the morning and allowed to go back home. Mr. Merera had been in prison since December 2016 and was facing multiple charges, including association with terrorist groups. The Ethiopian government announced on Monday that it would drop the charges against more than 500 suspects. He has previously criticized the arrests of hundreds of people from the Oromo and Ahmara ethnic groups, which were at the forefront of the anti-government protests. The 2 ethnic groups complain of political and economic marginalization. Nigeria's new High Commissioner to South Africa, Ambassador Ahmed Musa Ibeto, today joined envoys from 12 other countries to present their letters of credence to President Jacob Zuma in Pretoria, where the South African leader gave them the assurance that the country is stable and open to investments. Speaking to Channels Television after the presentation, Ambassador Ibeto says he intends to tour 9 provinces of the country as part of efforts to build and improve the relationship between Nigerians and their host communities. And South Africa's Cape Town has been gripped by a catastrophic water shortage. Government officials say that unless the city adopts widespread rationing, the taps will be turned off on April the 22nd, 2018, because there will be no more water to deliver. Experts say this would make Cape Town the first major city in the world to run out of water. And the main news again. 2 suicide bombers today killed 10 people and injured 48 others in Muna Garage area of Maiduguri, the Borno state capital. Also today, gunmen abducted 4 foreigners in Kaduna State, 2 Americans and 2 Canadians. They also killed 2 police escorts in their convoy. And scarcity of water has hit South Africa's tourist city of Cape Town today as the government proposes widespread rationing of tap water for all. And that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks so much for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Hunyato. Do have a good night.